Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the event center here in San Jose, California, as we are set to resume day one of the round of 32, but not just resume it, but I guess in a way end it, because now everything is a lot shorter now, isn't it, huh? The field got cut in half, and so is, how do I say it, the weight. Let's just put it that way. We have in front of us 6 seed Florida versus 3 seed Oregon. Almost ready to get going here, and man, one of these two teams is going to be facing a dangerous Wisconsin squad that seems like they can they play nothing but lights out offense. But this game right here is going to be a big time battle between the front courts and ultimately will. Hello everybody, I'm your play-by-play commentator for this one, Commissioner Daniel, and I'm the only commentator actually here, but hey, it is what it is. We roll. And I see many of us out here. Coach Eddie is here. Good to see you. 7-Eleven in the house. Happy to see you here. Coach Teeter's also out here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That is what's up. Yeah, I'm very happy to see everybody here. So hopefully this game delivers on your expectations, but in regards to expectations, let's figure out where they're at by taking a look at how these two teams compare. Now, Oregon's case is a little funny. The scoring numbers are a little low, but if you remember how they played against Belmont, yes, I know it is Belmont, but they for sure exceeded these numbers. But you know, it's really just based on who they play, I think. And Belmont really pushed them to the limit, and I still am in the camp that Belmont was screwed out of being in this position, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know what Belmont would have been able to do in this spot, but look, this Florida team, we know, is absolutely freaking dangerous. Just checking out those stats and knowing and remembering who is on this Florida squad, I think it's all that people need to know. At times, I mean, look, the biggest question of the day is how will that Oregon front court handle Trippy Finn? Cooper Taylor and Quizish III are excellent players, but Trippy Finn just seems like is just a level up above, especially when it comes to Oregon's bigs. Quizish III more often than not plays great games. Cooper Taylor way more on and off. So we'll see how things go. I'm excited to see how this transpires, and I most certainly am excited for this as well. But yeah, refs have cleared the court, and I think we are ready to finally get started. And hey, I know we have our criticisms of like where we play March Madness, but hey, look, it's still March Madness, and there you go. Wisconsin, first team through Sweet 16 in this region. Starting lineups, we got Elijah Martin and Marshall Mathers in the backcourt for Florida, Jerome Percy, Trippy Finn, and Gonar Biliu in their front court. For Oregon's Travis Gerhardt and Dennis Elias in their backcourt. Brant Mediger, Cooper Taylor, and Quizish III will lead them up front. And so this is going to be a tale of two different teams. Oregon loves to play a bit more methodical. Florida likes to get up and down the court. So we'll see whose style prevails as we have tip-off between Taylor and Trippy Finn, and it's Cooper Taylor that wins the tip. I don't know if that is a sign of things to come, but I guess we'll see. It's a game that we've been waiting for. A lot of pundits think that Florida is in a great spot to go to Sweet 16. 3-ball already. Oregon strikes first. That's Brant Mediger hitting that 3-ball. Quick one at that, too. Here's Elijah Martin being guarded by Dennis Elias. Turnaround jumper. Does not go. It's rebounded by Quizish III. Flurry of transfers between both teams, of course. The transfer portal becoming one of the most vital resources of all teams. Oh, Travis Gerhardt tried to force a pass. Now forces a 3-ball. Almost goes down. That was close. Martin collects. I mean, you just look at from with who everybody has. Trippy Finn couldn't get a long 2-ball to connect. So far, Florida off the board, or not on the board yet. Was just the third with his own 3, and Oregon already with 2 deep shots early. I mean, just look at this Florida team. Just about everybody transferred in. Look at that take from Marshall Mathers, fearless, finally getting the Gators on the board. Of course, everybody with me being solo commentary, feel free to chat it up with me. Gerhard is down low and misses the ball, the shot inside. This is not a matchup against Jake Dykstra. Jake Dykstra was scoring, but really couldn't defend against Gerhard. Oh, what a pass inside. No, it gets blocked. Mathers is still on it, trying to work his way in. And oh, what a block right there by Gerhard. I was going to say, Travis Gerhard has a much more difficult assignment on his hands. Marshall Mathers stands at 6'6". Gerhard, I believe, is like 6'5". 2 tall guards. For Taylor in the corner, gives it off. Dennis Elias. Shot does not go in. The grad transfer from LSU. Now here's Mathers, who transferred in from Arkansas a couple of off seasons ago. Now in his junior year. And pass inside to Trippy Finn doesn't work. Percy gets the board and misses. See, this is the thing. Florida's going to have to adjust to how physical Oregon's defense is, especially how big it is. Oh, what a pass inside. Cooper Taylor, what a dunk. So far, Oregon out muscling the Gators in the first 2.5 minutes. Pass inside, Bilyeu kicks it out. Here's Percy, who tries to work his way inside, but shines it off of Oregon out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Gators on this end. And, yeah, it is a slow start right now for both teams, especially Florida. Oregon's had a couple of threes and a dunk. Here's Percy. He'll get it out to Mathers. Rifles it already back to Percy. Quick one and a good shot right there from mid-range by Jerome Percy. Who's a first-year starter for Florida. Or actually, no, he's a second-year starter. He started last year as well. Forgot about that. Look at this quick passing right here. Quizish, the third, pops a mid-range shot in response. That's the thing. We know how dangerous that man can be. And Mathers is caught shoving a man off. And Frank's just looking on at him. He's just like, man, I'm so happy you did that. Anyways, Oregon back now on the ball after that offensive foul. Elias, 2 ball. Got it. Bologna. I'm going to see you here, Letterman. A quick start here for Oregon. Florida's got to figure something out here. It is tough. This is a Rubik's Cube defense. 3 ball by Finn. I mean, that could be a way to go if he hits his shots. Now Taylor with a 2 ball. My gosh, what a quick start for the Ducks. And whoa, what a pass inside. Beautiful. Surprised that they found their way over to Elijah Martin, given all that height down low. It's an incredibly tall team. Gerhard, of course, being their shortest starter. Oh, 2 ball by Taylor. This time it does not go. That's an opportunity here for Florida. Martin. Wait for his boys to get set up. I'm just getting to embrace this crowd atmosphere. It's awesome. Finn, 2 ball does not go. It's a slow start for the behemoth down low for Florida. Ultimately, he's the key for success as well. Taylor, 2 ball. That misses. And all of a sudden, we're listing pork items. I cannot join in the conversation because I do not eat that. Anyways, Florida turns it over. So far, Oregon playing a clean game of basketball. And Elias runs into a double, gives it up. Here's Quizish, the third, trying to work in on Trippy Finn. Look at him, fearless, taking that 2 ball. Fade away and hit it over Trippy Finn. That's incredible. The outright Pac-12 champs are looking good so far early in this game. Bilyeu, corner 3, still doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Taylor. And so far, Oregon is controlling this game right now. Bounce pass in, Ish with another 2 ball. Man, he is on fire to start this game. See, but we saw this before last season when Oregon started off hot against Ole Miss and they fizzled out later on in the game. So we'll see if something like that transpires again. Percy just pops the three on his own accord but misses, and Quizish the third collects. Good to see you here, O'Day. I'm not sure if your game will be happening right after this one or later tonight, just based on how I got to set things up. Oh, foul drawn and one. Finn called for the foul. That's Cooper Taylor, or excuse me, no, Brant Mediger. Electric start for Oregon here within the first 6 minutes, holding Florida to just 6 points. I feel like Coach Stanford has got to call a timeout here and figure out what in the world is going on. Why are they struggling? And they won't. They'll just play. It's a little two ball by Martin. Good shot, but that just kind of dampens things. Have to find a way to slow down this Oregon offense, who has been operating so effortlessly in the early goings of this game. There are a lot of high hopes for this Oregon team, but of course many people think that this matchup against Florida, it just isn't favorable. But so far, Oregon making light work of this Florida defense. 10 of 17 shooting so far. Florida struggling. Finn, three ball. Oh, that's so desperately needed. There you go. Trippy Finn, the behemoth, knocking down the deep shots. All of a sudden, that might help open things up for the Gators. That could be a psychological thing. Here's Mediger. Of course, the slow cooker offense that they love to play. Quizish with another two ball. This time he misses. He's mortal. Now here's Marshall Mathers, the former Arkansas Razorback. Like I said, he played there for his freshman year. Percy fadeaway two. No. What a rebound by Trippy Finn. And there you go. For the first time today, we have seen this Oregon front court not be able to keep them off their own glass. We'll see how many more times that'll be able to happen. But you know they're built tough. Gerhardt drives in and falls short. No foul called right there on Trippy Finn. That could have been his second. That would have really changed things up in a hurry. So fortunate for Oregon's sake. Finn somehow gets the ball, gets stripped of it, but they'll say it's out on Oregon here on Quizish the third. You can just see how well Oregon is utilizing their motion offense. But also, it's not just about utilizing the offense itself, but it's about the shot-making ability that this team has, and now Dwembe Mayo is now in the game. This is a, how do I say it? Quite the equalizer here, but also Bohannon is now in. Oh, Percy, three ball. No, rebounded by Cooper Taylor. And all of a sudden, Oregon just got taller. Florida got a little shorter because now they got the sophomore in the game, Ahmed Bohannon. Mediger. Taylor with his own three. No, rebounded by the sophomore. And, oh, what a pass inside to Bilyeu, but he completely whiffs as he tried to fight through the contact down low. Missed opportunity there by Florida. Franks, of course, hoping to make it back to Sweet 16, could very well do it. Taylor got completely bodied there by Bilyeu, and he's got free throws. Changes made right here. Looks like Taekwon Short is in the game for Bilyeu now. And I think, excuse me, I think Filbert Chatfield is now in the game in relief for Brant Mediger. So first free throw goes for Cooper, the senior, who actually started off at Louisville in his career, was there for a couple of seasons, and then transferred over to Oregon. Has been a starter there for the last few years. And now Kevin Robinson Jr. is in the game for Oregon. Former five-star point guard. Been patiently waiting for his turn. Oh, risky pass inside. Bohannon knocks down the two ball. It's a good shot. You love to see that. If you're Florida, you see your bench be able to score, that's huge. Quizish Misses a shot, but is fouled by Short. And not Taekwon Short, Tyrone Short, excuse me. And yeah, there was a little bit of selling there, but there was definitely some contact. Talk about a player that completely shapes teams to a different identity. We know what he was able to do in his 2 years at DePaul. He was a menace. And then transferring over to Oregon has completely transformed his game as well in a good way. Now Bohannon gets stripped of the ball. Kevin Robinson Jr. picks it up, dumps it off for Gerhardt. They're going to slow things down, lose the numbers game, but still Florida on the prowl. That's not Gerhardt. That's Chatfield, and it's almost turned over. Robinson doubled. Fed inside. Chatfield misses the open two. Wow. The nerves got to him there. He had a wide open look. Now Jerome at top of the key shifts over. Bohannon. Little feed inside. Martin, no. He gets his own miss and puts it in through the contact. Man, this is a tough guy right here. Playing down low like that. And now Oregon calls a timeout. Honestly surprised by that. But I guess you could consider that Florida from the floor had a 9-0 run. And that's, how do I say it? Not counting the free throws that Oregon has been able to get. So it's really a 9-4 run, but still, with just getting free throws, Coach Franks is still not satisfied with what he's seeing. And rarely do we see that, by the way, where teams will call timeout in that situation. So it's a little bit refreshing. But yeah, so far an interesting battle. We've had Oregon go off to a great start. Florida is seemingly surging, but still having lapses on defense, which allow Oregon to get looks at the free throw line. They have adjusted, but now adjustments here are about to be made by Oregon. I wonder how things will go as they will end the break and get us going again. Here's Elias trying to drive in. Gary Parnell, little alley-oop attempt, no go. And Mediger could not keep it in bounds. And subs made. Gary Parnell and Daquan Jenkins were put into the game, but seconds after, already coming out. I guess you got to give your best guys the chance to make plays. But Mathers is in trouble. And he gets out of it just in time. Wow. Finn. Bounce pass in. Whoa, what a dunk right there by Bilyeu. Florida's back in this game. Gerhardt, we know how crucial he was to this Oregon team last round. Cooper Taylor, 2-ball does not go, and it's rebounded by Bilyeu. All of a sudden, Florida picking up some steam here. And a good pass inside, and Finn just splits the gap and banks it in. Gators are heating up. The Ducks cooling off a little bit. Mediger, 2-ball. That's missed. That's a shot he usually makes. Now Mathers, heavily guarded by Gerhardt. He tried to force one into Elijah Martin, but it's tipped away. Not the best pass right there from the junior. Now here's Elias. Knows this Florida team all too well. Oh, what a feed into Taylor, and he just slams it home. Now they got to reset. And that's it, missed. Oregon has an ace up their sleeve with Elias being in the SEC for basically his entire collegiate career, understanding what Florida is like. Three-pointer-ish. No, it's rebounded by Bilyeu. Now Percy over to Mathers. They had something going, but just recently got stuffed. Percy, top of the key, 3. No, what a rebound by Finn, though, and he just slams it home. And we can see it's not always perfect box outs by this Oregon front court. Well, there is an avenue for Florida here. And pass inside. Ish gets it and is way off on the 2-ball. His hot start has faded. Now Percy wants to work in. He'll back out. Think it over again. Gonna play the patience game. Screen set by Mathers. He'll kick out. He had a wide open look, but instead he just shoe shines it and gives it to Oregon. Missed opportunity there by Florida. Ish. Count that baby in a foul. And that right there is on Bilyeu. I think that's his, well, he's being taken off, so it looks like his second foul. Well, that so-called faded hot start for Quiz Ish, I may have spoken too soon. That's a 3-point play right there. 14 points in the first half for him. Big part of Oregon's success. And turned over again, Mathers. Not the best passes. What a block, but then Gerhardt is trailing behind. That's an easy dunk right there. Pass inside, corner 3. Big shot right there by Percy. These two teams battling, but so far Oregon holds the edge. Gerhardt, the only junior in this starting lineup. Jumper goes for Quiz Ish the third. And all of a sudden, that big man is back in flow state. Screen set by Finn for Mathers, and he draws the foul on Quiz Ish the third. That's important. It's his first. More of those if you're a Florida fan, you hope. Just the opportunity to get to the free throw line, but also just draw fouls. This Oregon front court is extremely, extremely talented. And if you can thin out the depth, that'll work in your favor. Good free throws there by Marshall. Less than 3 minutes to go in this half. Gerhardt bottled up, but he gives it off to Elias. They avoid the trouble. All this quick passing. Look at this. Ish. Weird looking jumper there, doesn't go. Elias gets it, but he misses the putback. Good way to cover that off by Elijah Martin. Florida leading the rebounding game, but still down by 8. Here's Mathers. Martin in the corner. Over to Mathers. And 2-ball goes. Good shot by him. Excuse me. Now Gerhardt just walks into the corner, tries to bounce it in, and turns it over himself. Much needed for Florida to get their hands on that ball. Martin rifles it in, but it's turned over himself. Thought he had Marshall Mathers down low, but too many risky passes so far. Already 8 turnovers in this game by Florida compared to Oregon's 2. Kicks it out. Gerhardt wide open 3, and he connects. He's too dangerous of a 3-point shooter. Mathers, screen, gets it to Finn. Finn, 2-ball, it spins out on him. Florida's team is tough as nails. But so far, Oregon is a little bit tougher. Gerhardt, wow, somehow got that in, and what a 2-ball by Quiz Ish the third. He is a threat. 18 points in the first half alone. Man, this game has flown by quickly. Finn 3-ball, connects on his third. That's huge. And we're all of a sudden less than a minute away from halftime. Once again, top of the key. Screen, and what a dunk by Gerhardt. Not even trippy. Finn could stop him. So far, Oregon is holding up well. Percy. Bounce pass in. Finn with his 2-ball. He got it. Shot clock is off. An opportunity for Oregon to strike once more. They got 24 seconds to work with. But when they get into position here, about 19. Here's Ish at the logo. Wants to work in, bodied up by Short. Passes it off. Mediger, fadeaway 2 connects. What a shot. And Mathers can only heave up a long shot that falls short. And Oregon carries a 10-point lead into the half. Tell you what, this Oregon team is looking much better than they did against Belmont in the round of 64. But I think there's also an issue here for Florida. Turnovers. They've been giving the ball away like it's candy on Halloween. They can figure out a way to limit that, then they'll fare better. But right now, Oregon is shooting at a good enough percentage where those turnovers are feeding into the Ducks' offense. So now Florida gets to start with the ball in this half, which is huge. They get to set the pace and the tempo. You can just see Oregon is just so ready for what they want to do. Look at this though. Mathers, that's a wide open 3. Big 3 to start the half. That could potentially set the tone. And it's tipped away. And it's turned over. Mathers is going to slow things down. Gives it up to Trippy Finn. Trippy Finn, 2-ball, got it. Quick start for Florida, already slicing Oregon's lead in half. Gerhardt now gets a screen from Ish. And he runs into the double. Ish, that's a long 2, and he does not connect. Mathers over to Percy. Works his way in and draws the foul on Elias. So free throws coming for the Gators. And look at this. Little maneuver in to get past Mediger. Nifty moves by the wingman, Jerome Percy. Crazy to believe that a lot of these guys are going to be going to the LBA. So much of who we know is really about to leave. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyways, Florida with 7 points to open the half. Oregon yet to score. But here's the screen set. Gerhardt wants to roll around, but he's doubled. Gives it off. Mediger, corner 3. Got it. That's a big shot for Oregon. They needed that one. Florida got off to a hot start. Over to Martin. Top of the key. Bilyeu. Over to Martin. Martin wide open too after his defender over pursued that pass. Sometimes you stick with your man. Mediger. Here's Taylor. Bounce pass in. Elias. Count that baby and a foul on Elijah Martin. Or is it on Elijah? No, it's on Bilyeu. That's not foul number 3. He had a much bigger impact in the Belmont game in terms of offensive output, but you know he'll still be there for reliable offense. So Oregon 6 points off a corner 3 and a 3-point play from the free throw line, but they get the turnover. That's number 9 on Florida. Elias draws another foul, and Bilyeu has to go sit. That's foul number 4. That brings back in Tyrone Short, but takes away some of Florida's floor spacing. I do not know what's going on with me. First free throw goes for Elias. I just think my voice hasn't warmed up yet. You know, sometimes your voice just doesn't work early in the day just because you haven't warmed it up. Maybe that's what's going on with me. But anyways, Oregon leads by 9 again. Mathers to Martin. Yeah, it's a little early. Exactly. And pass inside, almost tipped away again. Or tipped away again, but almost turned over. Trippy Finn trying to work in. Oh my gosh, what a pass and what a dunk by Percy. Showing off. Gerhardt over to Mediger. 2-ball, Mediger does not go. Here come the Gators. Here's Mathers. He'll just wait for the numbers to even out. Martin. And represent inside. Good pass to Mathers, and he sinks to 2. Man, such a calm and collected shot maker right there. Marshall Mathers, not a lot phases this kid. Mediger attempts his 3. No, and it's rebounded by Mathers. Gators back to work. Over to Short. Now to Percy. Percy with his 3. It's off, and it's rebounded by Ish the third. Now here's Elias. Screen set by Taylor. Over to Ish. Little hook shot. Oh, it rims out on him. Looked like it was going to go down. Gives it off. Elijah Martin with his own 3. No. Rebounded by Percy, though, and he slams it down. This is the closest this game has been since the opening, like first minute of this game. Taylor, Mediger, they work it inside to Ish. He's been so reliable from this range, and he delivers again. Got to find a way to seal him off. Pass inside, Mathers, another 2. This time it rattles out on him. It was heavy coverage down low that time. Now here's Elias. Ish the third. Tries to rifle it in. It's tipped away, but still in the hands of Oregon. And what a shot by Dennis Elias. That SEC blood is still in him. Martin in the corner. Over to Mathers. Mathers with another 2-ball, and it does not connect that time again. Gerhardt. Taylor back to Mediger. And it's tipped away. A little bit of a rush pass right there by Mediger. Florida gets it back. Here's Mathers. Mathers, 3-ball. No. Off by Taylor. $11 minutes left in this game. Oregon still holds a 7-point lead, but it has definitely been threatened. Florida has been the better team so far in this half. Ish. Fade away 2. No. Rebounded by Trippy Finn. And over to Percy. Once again, doing the smart thing to just wait for his squad. Over to Mathers. At the logo, tip of it. Oh, pass inside, but what a block. Short got smothered down low. Not the brightest idea to do something like that. Gives it up, and what a slam by Ish the third. Florida hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. And it's going to continue. He wanted Trippy Finn. That's the problem. It's Oregon defense. It's like trying to play through a forest. Taylor bounces off Finn, gives it up. Gerhardt, off balance, 2-ball does not go. Rebounded by Mathers. Gives it up. Percy, Trippy Finn, and draws the foul on Mediger. So free throws coming for Florida. The impact that this guy has for Florida, we always talk about it, but we just go back to it. It's just unmatched. Good first free throw. Scoreless streak snapped, but at the charity stripe. They need to get it going again from the field. Good free throws by Trippy Finn. Oregon isn't a stranger to facing teams with behemoths down low. They've had to face Tennessee before a couple of years ago. Oh, look at Cooper Taylor just splitting the gap. Easy two. This Florida offense got to get going. Mathers just forcing his way in and forces up a shot that just does not go in. All of a sudden, Oregon's got numbers. Mediger draws the foul and one. What a shot by Mediger. Talk about absorbing the contact. And he finishes it off with the free throw. Biggest lead of the half for Oregon here. With a little north of 9 minutes left in this game. And Florida will call a timeout here. And understandably so. Oregon just caught fire right there. And the Gators just lost their mojo. A couple of misses. Sometimes that's what it'll do. They're by no means out of this contest yet, but one thing for sure. This Oregon defense stepped up when they needed to. So now once again Stanford back to huddling up the guys, needing to draw up a perfect play to start or to resume action after the break, but then also defensive adjustments. I don't know if there can be any defensive adjustments made. I think it just comes down to, first of all, not turning the ball over, and also just continuing to heavily contest Oregon's shots. But here we go. Mathers gets the feed, and what did I say? Coughing it up again. Gerhard working his way in. Elias, bounce pass in. Another bounce pass. Floater. Goes for Quisish, the third. Man, he has been on a different level today. Mathers gets the screen from short. Wants to work in. Bounce pass. Fouled right there by Taylor. It's his first. Florida needs Tyrone Short to deliver at the free throw line. He gets the first one. Short gets both. Desperately needed. Gerhardt splits the attempted double, gives it off. Mediger has been hot and cold. Pass inside. Gerhard on Mathers trying to work his way in. Fade away two. Way off. Good defense there by Marshall. Percy rockets it up to Marshall. He's been turnover prone the last few possessions. Good pass inside, but it's just way off. Now here's Elias. Over to Mediger. And passes it inside, but it's tipped away. Not sure who we saw there. Oh, almost turned over, but the dunk is blocked. Martin got rejected down low. Over to Cooper Taylor. He wants to work in. He draws a foul on Finn. Almost bounces in, and free throw's coming. The Oregon front court is a nightmare to guard. And on top of that, the play outside of the paint, for the most part, has been extremely complimentary. Good free throws by Cooper. Sweet 16 trip is on the line. Oregon leads by 14. There's Trippy getting boxed up, and he'll pass it off to Elijah Martin. Now what a bounce pass into Marshall Mathers and a good dunk. Thunderous too. They're going to need more than that with 7.5 minutes to go. Now got to fight back from being down 12. Elias beats it down low. Somehow gets it in, but what a block by Percy. Florida's got to capitalize. That was a big time play down low. Martin to Mathers. Percy corner three. Got it. Big shot. One of the better sequences Florida has had. Ish just continues to hit shot after shot though. And pass in, but it's tipped away. Oh, but still hands up in the hands of Trippy Finn, and he just slams it down. Nine-point game. Taylor bouncing off bodies, and it's turned over. It's deflected, and Percy gets his hand on it first. Mathers over to Trippy Finn. Let him cook. Let him cook. What a shot. Gerhardt back on the ball. Oregon all of a sudden lapsing a little bit. I'm sure they would really want to find Quizish the third again. They tried it, and Martin picks it up, but he's got to be smart with this one. Drives in and draws the foul on Elias. All of a sudden, Florida is surging now. Big free throws here for Elijah Martin. Misses the first one. Got to at least hit the second one. And he will do that. But what could have been a 5-point deficit is now a 6-point deficit. Gerhardt is boxed up, but he gives it off to Taylor. Taylor works in. What a take by Cooper Taylor. Strong. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Mathers again trying to force feed Trippy Finn. It doesn't work. And Quizzes the third has been just unbelievable in this game. Mathers shoves him off and is called for a charge. Costly mistake. Florida surge. All of a sudden getting mowed down by mistakes once more. Mediger, look at this pass, and Gerhardt three ball. No. Fortunate miss there for Florida's sake. Marshall Mathers needs to find a better pass. He does. Percy, three ball, big shot. Jerome Percy has been on fire from deep in this game. Mediger. Quizzes the third from the corner. No, and it's rebounded by Finn. Back to Percy. He drives in through the contact. No. Rebounded by Mediger. Less than 4.5 minutes to go now. Gerhardt down low for Quizish, and he draws a foul on Finn. They just haven't been able to do a dang thing about Quizish the third. 28 points. A true game changer. Because of him, Oregon It's 4 minutes and change away from returning to the Sweet 16 after a 1-year absence from it. But they have to hold off Florida for just a little bit more. Finn over to Percy. Percy with the moves, dude. Jerome Percy has been excellent for the Gators in this game. Florida has to defend with their life. Here's Ish at the logo. Near half court, Mediger. Rolls around. Taylor, 2-ball. Got it. Mathers. Oh, what a pass in, but Martin off the side of the backboard. Taylor doubled up, gives it off. Gerhard had a wide open look, but he just gives it off to Taylor, who misses. Florida's just got to go. They got to move. Time is not on their side anymore. Mathers in the corner to Martin. Martin gets blocked. Tried to put one up on Elias. He was ready. Cooper drives in. Oh, what a block. But right to Mediger, who misses the 3. Still an opportunity, but now so much just has to go right for Florida. Martin almost turns it over, and it bounces off of an Oregon defender. They say it's off of Ish, the 3rd. Just way too many miscues in this game for Florida. It has created this steep slope. Mathers over to Percy, unleashes a shot, it's off, and Ish rebounds. Oregon has a chance to start sealing this game away. What a pass, Gerhard, fade away 2. No, that would have been one hell of a shot make right there. Florida still has a shot. Martin, what in the world is he doing? He had a wide open 3 that he could have taken right there. Gerhard rolls around. Foul drawn and free throws coming. And Bilyeu out of the game. Or excuse me, that's not Gerhard, that's Chatfield. The grad transfer from Nevada misses his first free throw. But really at this point, I just don't see an avenue for Florida. Down by 10 with 2 minutes to go. Now more pressure here by Oregon, and they have some of their reserves in. This is how long things have gone on in the half without much proper stoppage. Bohannon got stripped, and Elias is just going to back out. Goes for the shot. Oh, rushed it. Thought he was going to slow it down. Oregon could have really slowed it down. Now here's Parnell, the transfer from UCF. Green set. Tries to go around it, draws the foul. No. It's on Gerhard. Got to get credit where credit is due. This Oregon team has stifled Florida's efforts. Drippy Finn has had his moments, but for the most part, they've held him off very well. First free throw goes for Parnell. And Parnell will knock down both free throws, but still an 8-point deficit with less than 100 seconds left in this game. They need to force turnovers, and they need to force them now. Can't even let Oregon have a shot. And they do. Elias breaks 3 and banks it in off the glass. Percy, they just got to put a shot up. Mathers A lot of time is going off the clock here. Martin, 3 ball. No. And now they're fouling. Way too many miscues in this game for Florida. Oregon played the much more disciplined game in this one. .12-point lead with a minute left. And Mathers gets stripped. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's over. One last possible hurrah by Franks at Oregon. It will see them go to the Sweet 16. What a performance by these Ducks. Got to get credit where credit is due. Oregon handled that Florida attack very well. You can see what has made them outright Pac-12 champions. Never did they relinquish the lead in this game. Multiple times they came close. But every single time that Florida inched super close, the Ducks were able to respond and to counter what Florida did. I really don't know what more I can say, because the proof is in the pudding. Pass out, almost turned over. One last 3, no. Rebounded. Free throws coming here for, I think that's Jassy Powell. Yes, it is. I think he transferred over from Jacksonville. First free throw goes. And fouling again, but I think at this point there's nothing that they can do. Gerhard had a completely opposite game than what he had against Belmont, but let's just put it this way. He did what he had to do. Defensively, he affected Marshall Mathers. Mathers had an alright game. Could have been a lot better if it wasn't Travis Gerhard guarding him. Another 2 ball there, way off. And that'll just bounce out on Florida. And the Ducks get to inbound with the shot clock off. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how this one's going to end. With the Oregon crowd chanting at Florida to warm up the bus in a very disrespectful manner. Ben couldn't even get that shot to fall. And what seemed like one of the biggest threats in March is out. The Ducks back in the Sweet 16. Florida could not do it back-to-back years. And mainly, that's because of that guy, Quizish III. 30 points. Near double-double in points and rebounds. And it is official. Oregon and Wisconsin are going to meet in the Sweet 16. This was a fun game. I'm not going to take away from how it was, but ultimately, man, this Oregon team is just different gravy. Well, folks, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do this when I come back. I'm going to try. It just really depends on how fast I'm able to operate. And I'll communicate this more on Instagram. But when we return, whether it is very soon or it's later tonight after my classes, we then go to New Orleans, Louisiana. 8 seed Louisville, 1 seed Auburn. They clash for the right to play 5 seed Kansas in the Sweet 16. We'll be back with this one or either very soon or later tonight. We will see. But either way, we'll see you back here.